Welcome to this video on a month of mindfulness, a short video series of monotangles in black and white, with the emphasis on here and now with a pen. And today's tangle is a star-based tangle, of which there are quite a lot, all slightly similar, but I've chosen this one called Spiteria, and it's by Mindfulness. And the reason why I've chosen this one is because it's based on 8 pillars of life. So if you want to just grab your pencils and somewhere inside the middle of the tile that you're working on, or the section that you're working within, just draw a little dot that will be the center of our star. Then pick up your pen, and I'm just going to talk you through these 8 pillars of life and how they tie in with Zentangle. So the first one is stability. Stability that we know that if we follow the step-out process of each of the tangles will produce our tangle. Use that as a stable force. Perfection. This one always amuses me in Zentangle because there's no such thing as the perfect line. A line with more character or more curve or more straight is just perfect for what it needs to be. And remember that your perfect is going to be different to my perfect. The next one is inspiration. I love the fact that there are so many patterns and shapes in nature and man-made objects, from historical things to new things that we can get our tangles from. The big one, of course, in Zentangle is to trust the method. No matter where you think you're going, if you trust the method, it'll pull you through. Enthusiasm. I like this one. Whatever you're doing, do it with enthusiasm. It makes it so much more enjoyable, even if it's one of those chores that you really, really don't like. However, we have a lot of enthusiasm for Zentangle today. The next one is regeneration. I like this one because if you make an oops line in Zentangle, you could always regenerate that line into a different tangle or a different elemental stroke. Intuition. Sometimes you have a line that just wants to go in a certain direction. Just use your intuition to just follow it through. Abundance. This is great, how many abundant tangles there are, and the abundance of the tangles that are produced by everybody in the Zentangle community. So as I said, this star-based one might be very similar to some other ones that you've seen, but I do like what it represents. So once we have our 8 pillars going around, I'm now going to start from the point of each of these. And I start my pen from the point, and I'm going to head down until it kisses the line next door. Then I'm going to split the section in half. Then rotate the tile and do the same action again, taking your line from the point to kiss the line next door and split it in half. From the point to kiss the line next door and split it in half. Rotate the tile each time so it's the same repetitive stroke. Point to kiss the line, split it in half. And you find as you rotate the tile, you're back where you began. So in this time, instead of starting from the point and heading off to the right hand side, I'm going to start from the point and this time head off to the left hand side and split it in half. Then rotate the tile round and do the same stroke again. Perhaps you'll add a little bit of sparkle in some of your lines, like I have. Perhaps you won't. As I mentioned on one of those pillars, perfection. Yours is different to mine. And if it isn't the way that you thought it was going to be when you set out, don't worry, you've just done another tangulation of the same tangle. And you keep going until you're back where you started. Then I'm going to add a little bit of shading before I finally finish it off. I'm just going to pop a little bit of shading where my lines are busy, at the points of my star. And I'm also going to add a little bit of shading where I see that parts of the Spiteria have just disappeared behind other elements. Just put a wee line with my pencil so that when I come back with my tortillon, I can mush, that lovely technical term, smush, mush it in. Once I've gone all the way round, I can grab my tortillon and start beautifully blending the graphite into the texture of the paper. I usually rotate the tile as I'm going round. Perhaps sometimes I'm not rotating it every time. It probably just makes it easier for you following along on a video. Once I've pulled some graphite out, I think I missed one, pulled some graphite out from the points and from their overlaps. Because it's a star, I might just add an extra bit of sparkle. Just a few little sparkly ore lines just come out from the corners of my star. Ore lines with just a little bit of sparkle. I now have my Spiteria star. Once I've finished, I'll just add my chop, and I can sit back and admire my Spiteria. So whether you did it with curved lines like me today, or perhaps you did it with straight lines and your Spiteria is zooming around, or perhaps there are some other pillars in your life and you did it with just a few more than 8. However you've chosen to done your Spiteria today, I hope you've enjoyed following along and thinking about those pillars with your Zentangle hat on. Enjoy.